Alright, so here I got a battle. Wait, no, this isn't even a battle. This shit was a fucking war. This was a motherfucking fight for survival in this shit. Cause, yeah, you'll see. This was a pretty good battle. I really enjoyed this battle. So, it's Sand versus Sun. Classic weather war, cause you know how we do it up in this OU shit. So, I'm gonna lead with Landorus, cause that's pretty much what I do against every single Sun team. Even though against this guy, it's not going to be as effective as it usually is, depending on the Sun team, because this dude's running a Cresselia, which will utterly wall the fuck out of my Landorus. And in any case, I know that he's going to wall me, but I'm pretty sure he's going to lead either with Fortress or his Ninetales. If he leads with Ninetales, it's not really going to be too good for me, because he's more likely going to switch out straight to the Cresselia, and then I'll have to see what the fuck I could do from there. I do have Genesect for Cresselia, but since this is a Sun team, he might be packing HP Fire. And in this metagame, you really have to watch out for HP Fire on every single Pokemon, because HP Fire, as you all should know, is very viable pretty much on anything due to the fact that it hits so much of the metagame really hard. Like Fortress and Ferrothorn and Genesect, Scizor. It's just, you know, I don't have to explain this shit. So, like I said, I'm going to lead with Landorus. If he decides to lead with Fori, I'm going to go for the Earth Power, actually. I do have a substitute on this Landorus. Sometimes I could get up a sub and then proceed to destroy their team once they figure out it's special. But like I said, this dude has a complete counter to my Landorus and Cresselia, so I'm not gonna go for the sub. I'm gonna go straight for the Earth Power. This is all assuming, of course, he does end up leading with Fortress, which at the point of the team preview I wasn't sure. But like I said, sometimes depending on the team preview, I pretty much know how most of the battle is gonna go, or at least a good chunk of it. So yeah, he's got a bunch of threats too. He's got Alakazam, he's got a Hihidaruma. The Hihidaruma won't be too much of a threat. It will be killing a bunch of shit, but the main threat I'm looking at is Alakazam, mostly due to the fact that it has that gay ass fucking ability where nothing can, you know, nothing can hit it except for attacks. So my stealth rock damage is gonna be non-existent. Neither is sandstorm damage. So as long as I pretty much need to break the sash, otherwise he's gonna be able to live a hit from my horse and pretty much destroy me, since usually Alakazam does run the Shadow Ball, and not Cresselia, Latias, which would be my semi check to it, will get destroyed. So let's see how it goes. So he does actually end up leading with the Fortress, just like I guessed. I wouldn't really call this a prediction at this point, because at the team preview you can't really predict. You can just make assumptions and I guess educated guesses, because I don't really know shit about his team other than obviously the Pokemon on it, which actually is a decent amount of information. But he does have 6 options and I could pretty much only guess one of the 6. So just like I explained at the beginning, he's gonna take an Earth Power, go to Cresselia, wall the shit out of me. So now I could either go to Genesect and take a T-Wave or take a HP Fire. So that's not really gonna work. In any case, the safer move for me is to go into my Rotom, and he switches out here, goes into his Ninetales. I don't know what the fuck happened because I'm kind of behind, but I expect him not to go for the Solar Beam because I do have my Latias, which will come in here, take it like nothing, and you know, scare him out with the Psyshock, and then he'll break his balloon and get damage and all that shit. So shit is happening, and I'm just gonna go for some U-turns. I'm thinking at this point he does not have either the T-Wave or the fucking HP Fire, since he didn't use it. Instead of taking it with Cresselia, he would have taken it rather well either way, but he ends up going to Fortress. So here I'm kind of hoping the Volt Switch will take it out, even though I know it'll be close depending on the damage variation I get. But he ends up living with about, I don't know, 10 or so HP. So that's kind of gonna suck. So I go for the Flamethrower, trying to get him to send something in. I don't really know what. But at this point, he doesn't know that my Genesect is not Choice Scarfed. So he's gonna go to Hihidaruma. And I am pretty much expecting to, quote unquote, get hit with all of that, as some body would say. So yeah, I go to Rotom and he ends up predicting my Tyranitar. He goes for the U-turn instead. So I think I go for the fucking Will-O-Wisp on this Venusaur, basically because this Rotom really isn't going to do shit against his team, and it's pretty much, the Venusaur is going to be able to come in here all day. So he predicts my double switch into my Tyranitar, and he goes into Daruma. Then he does kill off my Rotom, but this gives me a very nice opportunity to pretty much destroy that gigantic threat, since I know he will be switching, and I do have the Pursuit. So as long as I manage to get up Stealth Rock, I'm hoping that after the Pursuit damage, and since I've already killed off his spinner, that gigantic threat will be no more other than Death Fodder. So this turn, he does decide to go into Venusaur, goes for a Sleep Powder as I get up my rocks. I don't really know what else he could have done, but yeah. Then he makes a very good prediction, and he predicts me to switch out, obviously, and goes for another Sleep Powder. He didn't really have too much to lose, since Crunch wasn't going to be doing too much to me, and I do have the poison damage will be whittling me down little by little. So now my Genesect is asleep, which also isn't horrible. I could have gone into my Landorus, but I figured Landorus would be a little more useful because I can't hit shit with like earth powers and stuff. So now I'm gonna go into T-Tar into his Ninetales here. I could go for what's it called? I don't know. I expected him to switch, actually. I could have gone for the Rock Slide and pretty much destroyed his life, but he makes a very good prediction, stays in here, goes for the Sunny Day, assuming that I would probably go for the Pursuit since I've already shown it to him. So here I make a very bad move. I should have gone into Latias here, but I didn't want to take a fucking Hypnosis or a Toxic, since I know Latias is going to be extremely valuable against his team, as it is against most Sun teams in general. So now I'm going to go into T-Tar again. Thankfully my Landorus did not die, but it's pretty much only going to be Death Fodder at this point. So I decided to go into T-Tar. He goes into Cresselia. I think I predicted that, I'm not sure, but in any case I'm just going to stay in here and Crunch, I believe, as he sends in his Ninetales for Death Fodder. So looks like I won the Weather War. This is not a very easy Weather War, but I won it. I'm fucking excited. I'm hype as fuck because I just had another epic ass battle right now. Yeah, you guys are pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you could tell. So now I'm gonna go into my Latias and pretty much to try to see if I could wall it. My Genesect is still asleep, and I'm pretty much hoping he's not like a physical variant with some type of shit like Return. Otherwise, I'm gonna be fucked. Thankfully, he does not run the physical variant. He goes for the Solar Beam and does a decent amount of damage to my Latias, but due to all the Stealth Rock damage he's taken and the Life Orb recoil, Psyshock is going to easily take him out. And now he brings in this giant threat, Alakazam, as I do get up with Calm Mind. So this is either a life or death situation right here. I pretty much had to live this Shadow Ball and break the Sash, because assuming that I do not break the Sash, I will be unable to kill this fucking Alakazam, because the only thing I have faster on my team is Horse, but he's gonna live the hit obviously with Focus Sash and then kill me off with a Psychic, so that's not gonna be very fun. So I do switch out my Latias because I'm pretty sure I could recover up on the Cresselia and Death Fodder off my Landorus. So now I can bring in my Horse, scare him out with the Quick Attack. I don't want to go for close combat because there really is no point. Stone Edge might miss, even though my Horse never misses Stone Edge because we made a pact. But it was just too much of a risk. At this point, I'm even suspecting Choice Scarf. I'm just like really panicking and expecting the worst fucking possible set. And again here, I'm expecting the worst set because I'm assuming this Cresselia will be running the Lunar Dance. So he'll pretty much kill himself, and then he'll raise up his Alakazam's HP all the way up and then restore his Focus Sash capabilities, and then he'll sweep the fuck out of me. But luckily he does not go for the Lunar Dance, which is a very great sigh of relief for me. He goes for, I don't know, what's it called, Morning Sun or Moonlight or something, and now I'm able to do some shit. I'm not even watching at this point, but I did some shit, and now I'm going to predict him to go into Latias on the very obvious Stone Edge. So I'm going to double switch into my Tyranitar, which is actually exactly what he does. Now the sun is gone, but I don't really give a fuck if it was up because I've already killed his Venusaur, and his Cresselia, I guess it needed the sun a little for recovery, but he pretty much did not need his fucking sun at that point. So he fodders off the Daruma finally, and now I'm just going to stay in here, crunch the fuck out of this Crest, and hopefully I could kill it with like a crit or something. But Yeah, at this point, I still don't really know for sure if he does have the Lunar Dance or not. He might just be playing mind games with me, trying to make me think I do have a chance at winning this battle. But I just gotta go into Latias here. I gotta go for some recovers. Hopefully get up a Calm Mind. I'm thinking he has Toxic instead of the Thunder Wave and the HP Fire. So yeah, I'm pretty much hoping to get Toxic. Well, not hoping obviously, but I'm expecting a Toxic. In either case, I still need to go for recover. Get up one Calm Mind here and see how much Dragon Pulse will do. Hopefully it'll do a good amount at +1, and since I do have my stand up, he's not going to be able to recover too much HP with his Moonlight, because I think he only regains like 33% instead of the 50%, because I do have my stand up. So that's going to be pretty good. I can't really set up too many Calm Minds, because if I let him get up too high of HP, then I'm going to be forced to risk a miss with my Stone Edge, even though, like I said, my horse does not miss Stone Edge. But I'd rather not take that chance. So I pretty much got to try to get him down enough to where either the Sandstorm will kill it, I get a crit, or I don't know, he just dies. But I need this shit at very low HP, because otherwise my Terrakion is not gonna have an easy time trying to kill that shit off, because it does have very good defense. Those of you that did not play 4th gen, especially early 4th gen in Diamond and Pearl, you do not know how much of a threat this Cresselia is. Well, maybe you do, but back in that metagame, Calm Mind Cresselia, max HP, max defense, Calm Mind Ice Beam, either Thunder Wave or fucking Psychic. Just ask Rick about it. That shit was so much of a fucking threat. But he ends up going for the Ice Beam here and allows me to kill him off. I guess he figured he might kill me off, but he didn't. In any case, I think he was at the range of HP where a Quick Attack would have killed him, but maybe not. I don't know. So his final poke is Alakazam, and I bring in my horse to destroy him. So it's a pretty good game. This was a very out of the ordinary narration for me, because I just drank a fuck ton of sugar, and like I said, I just had this battle and I'm so excited. I got adrenaline pumping through my fucking veins, and it's very sad that Pokemon can actually make me happy, but it's one of the very few things that does that, and I don't have too much else in my life. So yeah, comment, rate, all that shit. I'm out.